Welcome to the Nevis Newscast for Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. I am Fredicia Liburd. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis and Minister of National Security, the Honourable Dr. Terence Drew, is appealing to the general public to cooperate with the Federation's security forces. In a national address on Tuesday, June 6th, Prime Minister Drew noted that crime reduction requires the input and efforts of all.
Immediately, the security forces will implement the following. 1. Increased security presence in our communities through various methods. 2. Further engagement of regional and international security experts to work along with our forces. 3. Strengthening of the intelligence capabilities of the security forces. 4. Expansion of the CCTV infrastructure island-wide. And 5. Enhancement of evidence-gathering capabilities to ensure that perpetrators are brought to justice. The Cabinet has also agreed to table legislation in the National Assembly to increase the penalty for illegal firearms offences from 15 to 25 years in prison. I reassure you that our security forces will be unrelenting in working collaboratively in their obligation to preserve law and order in our Federation. Our streets must remain safe so that the law-abiding citizens and residents of our Federation can enjoy their peace and tranquility.
A national security task force has been commissioned. It is comprised of Prime Minister Drew, who will serve as the chair, as well as consultant psychiatrist Dr. Isben Williams and senior management officials across the government, including the Ministries of National Security, Education, Social Development, and the Prime Minister's Office.
I have commissioned the National Task Force to take the lead on a behavior-changing initiative, crime and violence as a public health issue. This is a more scientific, sustainable and holistic approach to crime fighting, which includes dealing with the issue of violence from a public health perspective. This is a multi-pronged approach built on several pillars that draw on the knowledge and expertise of stakeholders from multiple disciplines to implement a plan of action designed to sustain a culture of non-violence throughout the Federation. Our country wraps our arms around all the families who have lost loved ones to gun violence, whether recent or in the distant past. But our thoughts and prayers are not enough. They are not enough to erase the grief. They are not enough to subdue the anger. They are not enough to prevent such acts from happening again. We have to work together at all levels of governance, as well as throughout all communities and households, to do more to stop the destruction of human lives in our beautiful twin island nation. And we will succeed together.
Meantime, the High Command of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force held its second press conference for 2023 on Wednesday, June 7th. Commissioner of Police James Sutton gave the opening remarks and an update on national developments.
The second quarter of the year, we saw a significant spike in homicides. Although the police have recovered a total of 20 illegal firearms in the first half of the year, the number of civilians who have unfortunately died now stands at 16. This dark trend will be stopped, and the misinformed individuals who perpetrated it will be brought to justice.
Commissioner Sutton noted that the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force will do its best to return the nation to a state of normality.
As of yesterday's date, any person or persons who provides police with information that leads to the arrest and conviction of criminal elements is eligible to receive a monetary reward of up to $25,000. As of yesterday, June 6, 2023, all vacation and personal days for police officers have been suspended. In short order, citizens and residents will realize an added increase in law enforcement presence and procedures nationwide. Inevitably, this will cause some measure of necessary inconvenience to the daily routines of many. We have been doing and continue to do our part The time is now upon us where you, the people, must meet us halfway. The solution to ending crime and violence is not a magical. Peace cannot be restored by snapping of one's fingers. Instead, it is born in diligent work, fervent prayer, laser-like focus, and an immovable determination to succeed, and strong social collaboration. Help us help you. Before I close, I humbly ask that everyone hearing my voice remembers the Royal St. Christopher Nevis Police Force in their prayers. With God on our side, the public's support and cooperation, and some expert assistance, I am confident that we will overcome and justice will prevail.
Meantime, the non-governmental organizations NGO Coalition, which consists of the Chamber of Industry and Commerce, Bar Association, Evangelical Associations, and Christian Councils in St. Kitts and Nevis, has issued a statement condemning the recent surge in gun violence. The NGO Coalition urges the government and joint services to take more aggressive measures to suppress and eliminate the scourge and bring the perpetrators to justice. The NGO Coalition also extends condolences to the victims' families and friends, recognizing that their grief should serve as a catalyst for immediate and comprehensive action. The statement says the NGO Coalition is committed to supporting the government and joint security services in their efforts. It urges all stakeholders, including civil society and the international community, to join forces in creating a safer and more secure society for all. Still to come, 3 persons receive financial assistance from the St. James's community. The details right after this break.
Truly, one of the few places that has an untouched beauty that has captivated the hearts of many. Nevis is everything you imagine.
Welcome back. On Sunday, June 4th, 2023, Thomas Dorr, Miranda Alexander, and Tesson Manders Clark received donations to assist with medical expenses courtesy of the St. James's community. The funds were raised on Whit Monday, May 29th, 2023, during an all-day event in Brickhill. At the Franklin Brown Community Center, where the ceremony took place, member of the St. James's community, the Honorable Alexis Jeffers, went into detail about the donation.
I will give you an idea for the records what we would have collected on with Monday. It was $19,882.77. That is a huge feat for one day's work. But it could not have been possible without the collective effort of all of you who are here, because all of us would have participated in this event in some shape or form. Some would have given raw material for us to convert into a finished product. Some would have given money. Some would have given their time. Some would have gone about the island and picked up items to bring back to the function. So it was a collective effort on behalf of the entire community. And whatever role you played, not only you here, but those who are listening and would view this at some point, whatever role that was played, it was significant enough for us to realize this return. We were able to put together for each recipient, that is Mr. Thomas Dorr, Mrs. Miranda Alexander, and also Tesson Manders Clark, $6,000 each. So $18,000 will be going to these 3 persons.
Jeffers also committed to helping each year and thanked persons for supporting the event.
We intend to continue with this year after year once strength is there. Once the support is there, we'll continue. Because I'll say to you, this year it might be Thomas, Miranda, and Tesson, but next year it might be one of us. And we would like those of us who are willing and able to put out the effort next year and see to it that whoever is in need then get that type of support.
One of the recipients were present in the person of Thomas Dorr. The other two recipients were represented by friends and family. They too expressed gratitude to the community for their assistance. The donations were officially handed over to the recipients by members of the community, namely Cheryl Sutton, Leonie Skeet, and Regan Daniel.
To God be the glory, great things He has done. I personally know what I've been through from January 4th up to, I will tell you, up to the 6th of May. I personally know what I've been through. So I want to openly say thank you for the St. James community. I want to openly say thank you for the Butlers community. I want to openly say thank you for everyone who supported.
This will go towards his medical expenses, which rounds up to $10,000 US, and this would play a big part. So we just like to say thank you on behalf of him.
We want to say a big thank you to the Honorable Minister and his team, for putting together the fundraiser and coming up with the little contribution for helping out towards the medical assistance for my wife and her ordeal.
This is the second year the St. James's community has donated to persons in the community to assist with medical expenses. After sustained and meaningful dialogue between the governments of Canada and St. Kitts and Nevis, the visa requirement imposed on nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis in 2014 has been partially lifted, clearing the way for easier movement of people between the two countries. The policy applies to nationals who has had their Canadian visa over the past 10 years and persons who currently have a non-immigrant U.S. visa. The above categories of nationals are required to apply online for an electronic travel authorization ETA at www.etaapply.ca, for which a response is usually received the same day. First-time applicants or persons who do not have a U.S. or Canadian visa are still required to apply for a visa to enter Canada. The following is a notice from the Ministry of Health in Nevis. The Ministry of Health wishes to advise the public that the offices of the Registrar General, located at the Administration Building, Charlestown, will be closed on the morning of Friday, June 9th, 2023, and will resume operations at 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on that same day. This closure is to facilitate staff training. The Ministry of Health apologizes for any inconvenience this closure may cause. That's it for this edition of the Nevis Newscast. On behalf of all of us here at the Department of Information, I'm Freddie Liebert. Thank you for viewing.